Thank you, yes. I have stood up. Yes, the real Slim Shady. All right, so, hello everyone. How you doing? Yeah, give it another round of applause for Alex, please. Yeah. Did a very good job. Really incredible stuff. I hope he keeps performing, and I hope he comes back and does other shows and stuff like that. I might not be here to hear them. I have decided I'm going to leave Japan in April, actually. And I was thinking back, to myself, about my time in Japan and all the crazy things that have happened to me. And all the times where, maybe I should have been deported, but wasn't. I was, almost deported and stuff like this. And I remember one of the times when I first got here, I didn't speak any Japanese at all. I knew how to count, that was about it. And so my coworkers treated me like they treat, a toddler who doesn't have a lot of language skills. They treated me like a baby, like a small baby all the time. And so pretty much immediately after I arrived here was my Bunkasai, my school's culture festival. And so they did what any modern parent does with a small child during a big event. They gave me an iPad to keep me occupied. And they said, here you go, little small child, run around and take a picture of all of the classes after they've done their little performances. And I said, okay, I can do that. And what I wanted to do was, I wanted to say to the kids, smile at me, you know what I mean? I want to be smile, everyone smile at me, or something like this. But I didn't know how to say that. But I knew watashi wa. And I was I didn't know o, or to, or ga, or e, or anything like this. I just knew watashi wa. And I was okay, this must mean me, or I. It means I or me. I was okay, I got that down. And I looked up how to say everyone. It was mina. And I was okay, perfect, I got that down. That's easy. And I looked up how to say smile. And the internet said smile was bisho. It said bisho means smile. That's what Google Translate said, bisho. I said, okay, perfect. And at the same time, I'd been learning about all these cutesy little words like fuwa fuwa and kira kira, and all these little double words. And I thought you just double a word to make it cute. So I was this is perfect. I've got this locked down. I'm ready. So I go to my ichinensei, chugakko ichinensei, after their performance, and I get them all lined up, and I practice. I recite to myself over and over in my head my line, and I hold up my iPad, and I'm just okay, Mina. I'm Hi, Mina, watashi wa bisho bisho. And I take the picture. Now, turns out bisho bisho and bisho mean two very different things. And those of you who know what bisho bisho means, you already know why this is funny. For those of you who don't, I'm not even going to tell you the definition of bisho bisho. All I'm going to do is I'm going to read you the example sentence in the dictionary. This is Shirabe Jisho, by the way, which I will shill till I die. This is an incredible, powerful, very popular dictionary. You can search for names. It gives you example sentences for all the words. It's great. It's wonderful. Highly recommended. This is the example sentence for Bisho Bisho in Shirabe Jisho. Here it is. And then you can look this up yourself. I only had to take off my skirt, and his pants were soaked with pre-cum. First off, how do you soak pants in pre-cum? That's a lot of pre-cum. I think it might just be cum at that point. She lifted her skirt and you came in your pants, dude. Happens to the best of us. So, the bisho bisho in that sentence is the soaked part. Bisho bisho is the Japanese version of wet or moist, which is not sexual, but we all know it really is sexual. So it turns out what I did was I lined up a bunch of 12-year-olds, and in front of their parents, I pulled out a camera and I went, okay everyone, I'm wet! And I took their picture. And somehow, I was not deported. That did happen. But, anyway, a lot of crazy things like that have happened to me. A lot of annoying things. Japan drives me up a fucking wall sometimes, honestly. I cannot stand Japan sometimes. And, when I first came here, I went to, Park Place with my friend Audrey. If anyone remember Audrey, she was an ALT. Yes, give it up for Audrey. Give it up for Audrey. A wonderful ALT who was here a while ago. And so her and I, we went to Park Place. And I was sick and tired of eating Japanese food all the time, just the same Japanese food over and over. And I was I want some foreign food or something American food or something like that. And there it was in Park Place in the food court, a fucking beacon on the hill, parting the clouds, Subway. And I was yes, here is some good American shit. Like, I'm gonna eat Subway and I'll be happy with myself. Just, how many people have been to Subway in your own country? Like, in your own country, wherever you're from, been to Subway? Okay, good. How many people have been to Japanese Subway? Okay, less, a few, most people. Okay, all right. I want to just recap the concept of Subway, okay? Very simple concept. You walk up to the counter, and from the basic, fundamental parts of a sandwich, you build a sandwich. Yes? And they have a menu of things that you can order from, sure, if you want to. You can order from the menu and you can edit the things, or you can walk up and you can make your own original sandwich. How many people just straight up order a sandwich off the menu? How many people do that when you go to Subway? One. Okay? How many people order a sandwich and then you specifically order one of the sandwiches and then like edit it a little bit? How many people do that? Okay, a few more. How many people make your own original sandwich when you go to Subway? Okay, a bunch of people. I also do that when I go to Subway. So Subway, right? Very simple concept. It's about choice. Yes, choice. It's about freedom. So I walk up to the counter at Japanese Subway. And this is all in Japanese. I say, yeah, can I get a 6-inch Italian herbs and cheese with chicken and ham? And the Subway lady goes, what? And I go, yeah, can I get a 6-inch Italian herbs and cheese with chicken and ham? And she goes, no. And then I go, what? And then she goes, what sandwich do you want? I'm like, 6 inches, Italian herbs and cheese with chicken and ham. And she looks me dead in the eyes, and she goes, that's not a sandwich. And I'm like, I know it's not a sandwich yet. I'm making the sandwich, what the fuck? And she's like, well, you have to order one of these sandwiches off of the menu. And I say, I don't want one of the sandwiches off the menu. I want to make one of my own sandwiches that is not on the menu. And she says, well, you have to start by ordering one of these. And I say, is this not Subway? And I start, lecture the Subway woman about the concept of Subway. I'm like, can I not make my own sandwich? What's going on here? And she's like, well, you got to start with one of these options. And she's like, if you want a meat sandwich, the most basic meat sandwich is the tuna sandwich. It comes with tuna, lettuce, onion, cucumber, and mayo. I'm like, I don't want a fucking tuna sandwich. I want to make my own sandwich with chicken and ham on it. What the fuck? She says, we got to order one of these. I'm like, okay, fine. What's the cheapest sandwich? What's the cheapest sandwich on the menu? She's like, well, that's the veggie sandwich. I'm like, okay, give me the veggie sandwich, please. She says, okay. And I'm like, we're good? She's okay. She's like, okay. I'm like, okay, good. Now add chicken and ham. She's like, well, now it's a meat sandwich. The most basic meat sandwich is the tuna sandwich, which comes with tuna, lettuce, onion, cucumber, and mayo. And I say, I don't want the tuna sandwich. She's like, well, that's the most basic meat sandwich. I said, okay, fine, fine. Give me the tuna sandwich. Give me the tuna sandwich. Give me the tuna sandwich. I don't want the tuna. Can I take that off? She says, sure. Great. I don't want the lettuce. Can I take that off? She says, sure. Great. Let's take that off. I don't want the onions. Can I take that off? She says, sure. Great. Let's take that off. I don't want the cucumbers. Can we take that off? She says, sure. Great. Let's take that off. I don't want the mayo. Can I take that off? She says, sure. Great. I'll take that off. Now, just so we're perfectly fucking clear, all we have now is a single plain piece of bread. Is that correct? And she says, yes, that is correct. And then she fucking hits me with, Chinami ni, by the way, how long would you like that? And what kind of bread? 6 inches! Italian herbs and cheese! Fuck! I happen to look to the right. Audrey's at the udon place, next to the Subway place, ordering. She is visibly stressed watching this happen. I thought wringing your hands was only a thing literary characters do. She's over there like watching me lose my shit at the Subway. The people in line behind me, gone. The seats at the food court behind the Subway, empty. Okay? I'm losing my fucking mind. Okay? She's like, Subway later again, 6-inch, Italian herbs and cheese. She's like, what meat do you want in it? Holy shit. Chicken and fucking ham. And I was putting fuck in between the Japanese, like, korenigu to fucking buta. Kudasai. Right? So she's like, okay. She adds it on. And she's like, well, would you like any cheese? I'm like, yeah, can I get cheddar? She's like, sure, put that on. Toasted? No, thank you. Okay, fair enough. Would you like any vegetables? Yeah, can I get pickles? Yeah, sure. And do you want any of these veggies? Is that like a spring mix? Yeah, it's like a spring. Well, what are we doing here? Pause. How is it at all more efficient for me to order a sandwich, break the sandwich down completely, and then build the sandwich back up? How is that in any way better than just starting with the sandwich and then creating the sandwich? Why would I ever have to start by ordering one of the sandwiches? And she goes, well, that's because we need to know whether you're going to order a vegetable sandwich or a meat sandwich. You do not know if chicken and ham are meat? There's only one veggie sandwich on the menu. It's the vegetable sandwich. If I order any other sandwich than the vegetable sandwich, it's the meat sandwich. What are we doing here? It was insane. Anyway, there is no real resolution to the story. I got my sandwich, and I left fucking livid. And I have not been back since. And I guess if there is any sort of, I don't know, moral to this story, is that Japan is a clown country, and I cannot wait to leave. All right, thank you very much.